Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Me Before You. So, Me Before You stars Emilia Clarke and Sam Clifton. What this film is about, it's about when this girl from a small town, she gets a job to take care of this paralyzed man who's been paralyzed for over 2 years, and let's just say they start having a bond with each other. So, what did I think of Me Before You? Now, I'm pretty sure you all know by now the romance genre is my least favorite genre. I absolutely hate it. I'm not a gigantic fan of romance movies. They're just not my type of movies, really. Every time there's one that is coming out in that certain year, I always dread it because I just don't like romance movies. They're not my cup of tea. But that definitely is not to say there are romance movies that I do like. Look at movies like Love Actually or The Fault in Our Stars, or even I somewhat enjoyed A Walk to Remember. So there are some romance movies that I do enjoy, but for the most part, I'm not the hugest fan of them. So where does Me Before You land in that category? Does it land where it's like, it's a good one, or it's like, it's okay, or is it just really bad? It's fine. It's okay. It's not the worst romance movie I've ever seen, but it's not great either. I mean, it's okay. It's fine. It definitely wasn't the worst thing I've seen, but it definitely wasn't good either. It was just okay. So let's get to my positives, because I do have positives with Me Before You, and my positives are, first being, I liked the acting in the movie. The acting was actually pretty good in the film. I thought Emilia Clarke was really good in the movie. I very much enjoyed her. She did a very good job in the film. Sam Clifton, he was really good too. I very much enjoyed him as well. I did think he did a good job in the movie as well. Everyone else was really good. I thought the people that played, Emilia Clarke's parents were really good. Just everyone did a really good job in the film. Janet Coleman, she was really good as well. So yeah, everybody was very good in Me Before You for the most part. There are some actual good romantic moments in the movie that I actually did think were very good in the film. I actually was like, okay, that actually wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty good. And there was actually some good romantic / emotional moments in the film. There is some good writing with the movie. I thought the movie did have some pretty good writing for the most part. The directing is actually really good with this film. I did like the directing with Me Before You. It was very beautifully shot, in my opinion. And I do really like the directing with Me Before You. And lastly, I very much appreciate the ending. I actually love the ending to this movie. Now, without spoiling anything, I will say this. If you are a hardcore fan of romance films, you will absolutely hate this ending. But if you're like me, who really doesn't care for the romance genre at all, you will actually appreciate this ending and actually like it. That they actually took a different type of ending with a romance film. It wasn't like the same old romance genre ending. So yeah. Now for the negatives with the movie. My negatives with the film are, first being that some of the acting really isn't all that great. Like, it's not bad, it's just I felt some people were really dull in the movie. Like, the people that play Sam Clifton's parents, really dull, honestly. Like, the guy who plays Patrick, which was funny, I was like, is that Neville from Harry Potter? Like, and it was, so I was just like, oh, it's cool that he's actually in this movie. And I just thought he was okay as well. Just, there were some acting performances that I felt like were very dull and just, they seemed like they didn't want to be there. The movie does have those cliches that I absolutely hate in romance movies, and they're absolutely there, and I just did not like them. I'm like, oh boy, here we go again. So it does have those romantic cliches that I do hate in these romantic movies. I felt the movie itself was actually pretty dull. Like, really, I did think, I don't know if anybody else felt like that, but I did feel like the movie was pretty dull, honestly. Like, for the most part, this movie is really dull to me, and I just wasn't all that invested for the most part. The movie is very predictable. Like, seriously, for the most part, I knew where this movie was going, and it's just very predictable. Some of the writing isn't all that great either. Like, I felt like some of the writing was really cheesy. It's more or less when it comes to the humor. Like, it's like, it doesn't really work to me. just some of the writing just felt very cheesy and just very like bleh to me at times in the film. And lastly, this movie is so boring. The movie is an hour and 50 minutes. I was just like, can you move? Like, can you move now? Like, it's just, the movie has some really slow pacing because, like I said, the movie is very dull to me. I wasn't all that invested for the most part in this movie. It was just dull and boring. So the pacing was just really, really slow with this film. Like, I was like, it did not need to be almost 2 hours, this movie. So yeah. Now, like I said, Me Before You, it's not the worst romantic film I've ever seen, but at the same time, it's not that good either. It could have been a lot better, but it's just a very mediocre movie to me. So it's time for my official grade on Me Before You, and my official grade on Me Before You is a C. Like I said, the movie has some really good performances and actually has some pretty good romantic moments actually at times in this movie. But what really drives this movie down to me is that it's really dull. Like I said, it's really dull and boring, and it falls down into those romantic cliches that I really hate with romance films. So yeah. So Me Before You, it's just an okay movie at best, and it gets a C. So, what did you think of Me Before You? Leave in the comment section below. I'm WWE Fan 0599, and we'll see you about later. Peace.